Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to create a red, nude and white nail design which is incredibly transfer foil heavy. The whole design is pretty much brought together with some transfer foil. So if you're into transfer foil then definitely stick around, or if you're interested how I managed to bring it all together, then once again stick around. So here's my transfer foil that I use. It's from Macart. It's literally my most favorite transfer foil gel I've ever used. It works like a charm. I know that there's plenty out there, they all definitely work quite well, but I've just come across this one. It's worked really well, and after finding one that I actually like quite well, I ended up buying like 2 or 3 bottles, so it's probably going to be a little while before I end up going and trying some new brands. So I absolutely stand by the Macart transfer foil gel. You can get it actually in a lot of places. I feel like Macart actually has quite a lot of their products on Amazon, which of course quite accessible for everybody. They of course have it on their website, and I feel like there's a couple of distributors out there that also have their products. So I feel like Macart is quite easily accessible. So hopefully you'll be able to pick that one up yourself as well. So when it comes to our base colours, I'm going in with one red nail. All the rest are going to be nude nails. So I'm just applying it. The nude is from Madam Glam and the red is from Semilac. I do have a couple of reds from Madam Glam, but I was really looking for a nice kind of vibrant red, and I don't think I had one like that. So I ended up looking at my other gel polish brands, and I found one in for Semilac, which I don't use too much. To be honest, I prefer Madam Glam, but for today I had no choice. So now I'm going in with the nail art. So as you can see, I'm using my brush to kind of do the line, and then I'm colouring the rest in with the brush from the bottle. So the first line, you want to do a diagonal line and colouring the top part, and on the second nail you want to colouring the bottom part. So you're basically kind of flipping it around, and then you want to colour it in. And of course using the brush from the bottle is so much quicker. So that's what I'm doing. Just going to use that. And as you can see, the red is pretty good. Like, it's quite opaque. Like, really, you could probably get away with 1 layer, to be honest. But I did go ahead and do 2. And that I did off camera. And now that that's cured, I'm going in with our third nail now, and I'm doing a French tip with my nail art brush. So here I'm just working on the smile line, and then once I'm happy, I'm going to colouring the rest of that tip, possibly also with the brush from the bottle. I can't remember now. I actually filmed this quite a little while ago now. I've only just managed to get around to editing, so I can't really remember what I ended up doing. Most of the time, I do go ahead and just do it with the brush from the bottle. It's just so much more quicker. And I feel like with the brush from, like, my nail art brush, it creates little lines sometimes. Like, I feel like I've got better control of my gel when I use the actual brush from the bottle. Most of the time, I use my nail art brush to go around the smile line just to make sure I don't end up getting too close with the brush from the bottle, because the amount of times I've done that, oh my goodness. So for safety, I try and avoid that. And I was just showing you guys there that I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other nail, which is of course already done, and on the screen. So time for the fun thing. It's time to apply the transfer foil gel. So I'm going to apply on all the nails, excluding that one full red nail. That one full red nail is going to be covered in crystals by the end of the video. The other 4 nails are going to be covered with transfer foil. So I've got this pack from either Shein or AliExpress, and it was just full of floral transfer images. And sometimes when you look at these transfer foils, I find myself thinking, how do I actually put it onto a nail? Because if you just whack the whole transfer foil onto a nail, it doesn't actually create a nice pattern. So with this one, I actually ended up using my scissors and going around the flowers and cutting them out so I can actually place them exactly where I want them. So here I cure my transfer foil gel for 60 seconds, and then I leave them to cool down. It's a very, very important step that you need to make sure you do. I've always struggled with transfer foil gel until I basically noticed, or just randomly actually came across this little trick, and it has worked so well for me, and I've been able to use transfer foil so much more easier, and it's such a nice process now rather than having to spend hours rubbing it in. It just takes a couple of seconds if you just leave it to chill. So here's me applying a big stack of flowers right in the center where the smile line is. So in theory, you don't have to be too precise with your smile line, because you're basically going to cover it up with most of the transfer foil. And I'm constantly trying to cut out the biggest flower cluster, and I'm placing it where the two colors meet. So whether it's on the small line or this line here with the red and the nude, that's where I'm placing it. And then you want to rub it in and slowly start kind of ripping away the foil. I guess it's also called foil, what's on it, like the plastic. And if at any moment you see that there's any little bits that didn't transfer, just don't, do it gently. And if you see that something's not transferring, just go back, push it back down and rub again, and then it will be transferred over. So we've got 2 nails done. We're going to repeat the exact same process on these 2 as well. So the big flower right in the center where the 2 colors meet. And then when it comes to the little flowers, I didn't cut them. I just kind of used the actual whole foil bit, and I was just pressing it where I wanted it. I wasn't actually too fussed where I wanted to place them. I was quite fussed where I wanted the big flowers to be though. But after that, I wasn't really too bothered. So I didn't really mind it going anywhere. And if at any moment you get any little bits transferred over where you didn't want it to be, just use some acetone and just, rub it away, and it will literally come off. So don't worry too much. Not until you apply a top coat and cure it. Everything is basically removable, so don't stress too much if you end up transferring over something that you didn't really want there. Or if you manage to kind of remove the transfer foil gel, don't worry as well. Just apply another layer of it, cure it, leave it, and then go ahead and apply transfer foil gel again. So there's no room for mistakes basically. Oh well, there is room for mistakes. It's just you can erase them and fix them up, which is good. So I've got a couple of crystal nails here. This one's got a little line of AB crystals at the bottom of the nail. We're going to do something similar on the other one with that red line. We're going to place the crystals at the top, which I'm going to do now. So just like a little side bit of crystals. I think I just only chuck a couple. I think it's only 3, 4, 5 in total. Biggest one in the center. The further away I'm getting, the smaller crystal I'm picking up. Here's me just trying to figure out which size would work best. Sometimes I place a crystal and it's way too big for the design or the nail, and I end up taking it off, but I was actually quite lucky there. I picked up the right one. And then now I'm just going to finish it off with 2 little ones on both sides, and that's done. That one can go into the lamp. And then we have one more nail, which is actually quite cut drastically. I noticed that most of the time I was actually off camera and it was blurry, so I just had to cut it because otherwise you'd be looking at like nothing. But this crystal design is a mixture of AB, opal and pearl and caviar beads actually. There's quite a lot going on. And unfortunately, I'm afraid it is cut out quite a lot. But as long as you pause the video at the end of when I'm kind of showing the final results, you'll be able to see exactly what I did. And I feel like it's quite easily, like if you wanted to recreate it, it's quite easy as long as you just pause it or take a picture with your phone and just follow where I've placed all the crystals. But here I'm just adding a couple of opal now, I think, with a mix of AB, and I think then it cuts. Then we have top coat time, which is a matte top coat today. I love matte top coating, stamping, transfer foil, basically anything. I will matte top coat. So I'm so sorry if you're not into matte top coat. I know I've been literally doing matte top coats all the time, and it doesn't help that we're coming into autumn, Halloween, Christmas, which basically equals matte top coats till the rest of the year. But I'll try and do my best not to do too many, but I cannot promise anything. I cannot promise anything. So I'm just finishing this one up. I'm just going to pop one last AB at the top there, and then it's going to cut to meet top coating in just a second. Awesome, that one's going into the lamp, and here's me top coating. So today I'm using my Nails matte top coat. I love that stuff. It's so cool and actually quite good. I'm quite interested in their company recently. Like I've came across them, I've ordered a couple of gels and I'm in love. Like love. So I'm using them, and they do weekly picks, which is so cool because they're super affordable. They're in the UK, I'm in the UK, and it just makes shipping and everything so much easier, and it comes so quick as well. So it's just so nice to have found a company in the UK that is quite cool. I love the different color variation they have on their website. They have like a bunch of glitter options and stuff. It's such a good website, so definitely check them out if you're in the UK, especially because shipping and everything is very affordable. So here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. It's a bit busy, like super busy, but I really like it. I hope you guys liked it too. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.